Welcome to Season 2 of Industry Insider with Dassault Systems. It's a brand new year, and this is a brand new season. But our purpose remains the same. We are committed to showcasing what technology is capable of to minimize or adapt to disruptions in the production line and manage the change in the way we work. So this season, look forward to learning about new innovations across several industries that will keep your business moving and growing against the odds. Hello everyone, I'm Timothy Go. On today's show, we will hear from leading industry insiders on the limitless innovations every business can have on the cloud. First, Gian Paolo Bassi, CEO of SOLIDWORKS. I'll be talking to him about technologies and trends that will transform the way you work. Learn about how you can use the cloud and connect all aspects of business to improve productivity, increase collaboration, and accelerate innovation anywhere, anytime. And then SOLIDWORKS R&D Vice President Manish Kumar will also join us on the show to shed some light on how companies can take advantage of technologies at different levels of their growth journey. Marie Planchard, the Senior Director of Early Engagement at Dassault Systems, will be in on the third segment to walk us through how we can go from connections to relationships and how lasting digital skills benefit all across the community to create amazing experiences and innovate in these unprecedented times. So let's begin. As you know, there are plenty of technologies that help us at work as work evolves. And there are also innovations that help your people create new ways of innovation, working together and reaching out to customers. So let's find out how this can all come together with Gian Paolo Bassi, CEO, SOLIDWORKS at Dassault Systems. Thanks for joining us, Gian Paolo. Can you tell us some of the key technology trends you think will continue to shape the coming decade?
So in general, I see two fundamental developments in terms of technology trends that are going to influence many industries. One is the convergence between cyber and physical systems. So I see a blurring line between what is physical and what is digital. What do I mean by this? We can see this especially in life science. We see more and more the human body enhanced by synthetic components. For instance, we have artificial hearing. We are going to have very soon artificial vision. We have, of course, many implants that are supplementing the ability of the body to perform its function. So this is going to happen in a more organic way by creating artificial organs out of biological material. So it is going to be difficult to distinguish what is artificial and what is biological. This will help, I think, the human being to become more resilient, to become more functional, and to probably defeat many ailments that right now are affecting the human beings. That is a fundamental trend. The other trend that I see in general is the rise of platforms where supply and demand connect. This is going to be a true revolution. It is already happening, by the way. It is a revolution in the way the economics works, and will allow more and more people to be more direct protagonists of their economies. I'm talking about platform that like Airbnb or Uber, where supply and demand are put together without necessarily creating a complex industries that create a barrier of entry for new players. For example, Airbnb is revolutionizing the hospitality industry, but they did not need to invest in real estate. And yet they're going to change the world of how people go on vacation or rent spaces for their various activities. So cyber physical systems and the platforms that put together demand and offer.
Can you tell us what is driving this change towards a platform-based business?
Basically, all industries, the value is in the data and information flows. So the value that we provide our customers is in the ability to more effectively collect, utilize the data, and provide a single source of information. So we believe that switching to a platform-based way of operating your business will give 4 business outcomes that today are indispensable to thrive in this very competitive world. So first of all, data are important, but the most important is the type of information that can be extracted from this data. We live in the world of big data, but without advanced automation and algorithms that are powered by artificial intelligence or machine learning, it's very difficult to make sense of all this data. Now, platforms are designed to collect data and to instrument on top of this data algorithms in order to create correlations so that the data can talk back to the owners. Basically, there is a transition from data to information. This helps manage the complexity because today the amount of data is staggering. In the era of internet, the source of data is basically endless, but the problem is to make sense of those data. So a platform-based architecture manages this complexity and helps make better decisions. The second business outcome of platform thinking is the ability to go from connections to simple connections to true relationships. What do I mean? When you create a value network, it is very important to build and create a relationship with every stakeholder. Okay, this goes beyond a connection, an email, or a phone call. This platform-based thinking, which is provided by our expanded 3D Experience Works portfolio, allows all the players in a company and in the extended value network to create communities so that you go from a simple connection to a true relationship that builds up in time and is traceable, using the most advanced, of course, security protocols. There is a third business outcome that is extremely important that I mentioned already at the beginning. Having a single source of truth is extremely important to help customers be more agile and at the end to have a higher quality. Why? Because a single place where all the information are always up to date helps every stakeholder in a company and in the value chain to stay consistent, to have the right information at the right time. Now, we know that every project has this issue of always up to date information. Now, platforms makes it possible by providing what we call a single source of truth. The last advantage that I want to mention is about digital continuity. Platforms are here to shorten the path from design to manufacturing, which is the promise of Industry 4.0, which we call Industry Renaissance. Digital continuity, in particular, enables automation. There is no automation possible if there is no digital continuity. For instance, it is possible to go from design data to manufacturing data automatically because you can extract the manufacturing information directly from the design information. Or you can improve your design workflow by using artificial intelligence and machine learning that can help you make sense of previous design patterns or create better connections to your supply chain. So digital continuity is all about, at the end, automation. And this helps companies become more resilient. So a platform gives you a unique source of truth, always available. Everybody can connect from everywhere. The information is always up to date. Your business is more resilient and can operate in any type of business condition, including the disruptions that we see right now worldwide due to the pandemic.
So to show to the community the power of 3D experience, SolidWorks employees created a space station as part of the Grand Challenge. Could you tell us a little bit more about that, Gian Paolo?
Yes, back in March when we started the lockdown, we wanted to inspire our employees to do something that was never done before. And also we wanted to test the abilities of our platform, of our cloud-based design software, to do something that has never been done before. So we wanted to build something that was very, very complex in a collaborative environment that was very challenging because we could not meet in person. So the challenge was this: let's create something very complex. And the decision was to create a space station, a very big space station. The dimensions are approximately 1 kilometer width for 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer length. So really very, very big. And also the collaborative team was very large, about 600 employees. And the challenge was to do everything in a digital environment using the platform for communication, of course, for design, for validation, and also to produce the final rendering of the project. So we engaged about 600 employees. They were all volunteers. This was done on their own free time. This should happen in 8 weeks, so very short time frame. And we wanted to have several thousand components. So the teams were organized in different groups, about 10, 12 employees each. There was a team of architects that were supposed to coordinate. Everything happened using the platform capabilities, all the collaboration capabilities. So there were several modules, and at the end, we produced about 10,000 components. And there was a full simulation of the kinematics because the station was actually very realistic. We used very expert designers, mechanical engineers that knew very well what they were doing. And the idea was also to create an artificial gravity by rotation of the space station. So we were able to achieve that. We were able to simulate the artificial gravity using kinematics, and we succeeded. So we had produced this amazing design. The complexity was there. Everybody was able to access it, to define the specification, to define the change order, to coordinate, and the team was engaged to create a video, an exploration, a live exploration of the space station. We are also about to realize a scale model. Of course, we cannot easily realize a 1 kilometer by 2 kilometer space station, but we are going to build a scale model using one of our customers, just to make sure that we can go really from design to manufacturing everything on our platform. This was really inspiring and has confirmed two things. First of all, that it is indeed possible to create very complex collaboration projects. This was probably the largest and most complex collaboration project, all done on the cloud, completely done on the cloud. That was one thing. The other thing is that it was fun, it was good, and it was really uplifting our spirit at that time to be able to work together so seamlessly, and yet in a way that was completely disconnected because everybody was working from home. And the interesting part is that we experimented any type of connection. I myself participated to this experiment, and I remember I took a couple of days off. I was in a remote area of the New York State where connection was not very strong, and yet I was able to participate and create my design, which was pretty complex, about 1,500 parts, and it happened without a glitch.
Thanks, Gian Paolo. Gian Paolo Bassi, CEO of SolidWorks, joining us there from Boston. Coming up next here on Industry Insider with Dassault Systems, the journey from product to experience. We'll be right back. We're back. You're watching Industry Insider with Dassault Systems. So your business is growing, and you need to make sure that the path is smooth and that you have the necessary resources to grow and scale properly. But there are challenges ahead. How can you take advantage of today's technology to help you grow? Let's find out more now from Manish Kumar, Vice President of R&D at SolidWorks. Manish is joining us from Boston. So Manish, what are some of the challenges companies face from startup to mid-sized businesses and when they become an enterprise?
Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me here. The challenges that companies of all sizes face today is how to move from product to experiences. What do I mean by experiences? Experience is something which is personal to everyone. If you look around, when you use a product, it starts right from when you look at an advertisement or how you acquire your customer. So when a customer first sees your product, to when they buy the product, to when they use the product, and ultimately the full ownership experience. That is what every single company is striving for. And companies who try to excel in this area are the companies who are becoming stronger, and they are the ones who are capturing the market.
So Manish, how can companies use technology to their advantage at every level of their growth?
Great question. If you look at different companies, we can consider them to be either in a startup environment or a startup phase, in a mature phase, which is mainstream, or they have become kind of the quality standard for their environment where they have become a brand in itself. And there are some common challenges which kind of spans across all these different life cycles. So the common one I would say is going to be collaboration. Whether you're a small company, a mainstream company, or a big company, collaboration is one of the biggest challenges that every single company faces. And 3D Experience Platform is built for collaboration, whether it is structured collaboration, unstructured collaboration, whether you want to have a project management, community-based collaboration, we have all of it. Then if we focus on a startup environment, you want to focus on what you do the best, what is your key value that you are bringing to the table. And everything else, you want to seek help outside. So for example, if you are designers, you want to seek help on manufacturing or on simulation or any other aspect. And with that need, 3D Experience Platform is there for you with services like Make Marketplace or Services Marketplace, where we will be able to help you meet those kind of needs. If you're a mainstream company, in mainstream, you have certain unique design needs. So for example, if you are in an environment where you have to create mold, if you need that kind of expertise, you do not have to worry, because again, 3D Experience Works portfolio has everything that you can possibly think of in order to create more, to simulate it, to make sure it can be manufactured, no matter how complicated it is. So for mainstream, the beauty or your challenge is scalability, that as you grow, you want your solution to grow with you. And if you are a brand in yourself, you are an epitome of quality for that matter. 3D Experience Works is there because what you want is you want to control every single piece of data, how it goes through different phases, who is using it, who is changing it. If you have a lot of data internally, you want to categorize them so that it can be reused. You want things like change management. We have all that. So depending on where you are, your needs are different, and we are there with a very scalable portfolio to help you grow to where you want to be.
All right, Manish, let's talk about the 3D Experience Works portfolio then. How can it help companies scale as they grow?
Another great question, Tim. 3D Experience portfolio or 3D Experience Works portfolio, it is built on 3D Experience Platform. And 3D Experience Platform, the default standard for collaboration. Whether you want to have totally spontaneous collaboration on a whiteboard, or you want to have an unstructured collaboration using communities, or you want to have a structured collaboration with project management. All that is taken care of by the platform. Now, beyond that, if you want to have, if you look at the at different life cycle of a given product, you want to have ideation phase, you want to have a design phase, then you want to run that design through simulation to make sure that you reduce the cost of prototyping. Then you want to take it to manufacturing, and you want to do it in the best possible way, in the leanest possible way, in the cheapest possible way. Then you want to take it through marketing, and you want to create beautiful marketing rendering, visuals, marketing content, product content, so that people will be able to use it and so on. And throughout all this life cycle, you want to govern it, meaning you want to control how the data flows from end to end. And there has to be a seamless, unique, single source of data. So this is the value of 3D Experience Works portfolio, which is built on 3D Experience platform. It gives you that seamlessness across your entire list of events that you need to take care of while manufacturing or while designing anything.
So Manish, do you have any good examples of how this can work?
Definitely. We just came out of 3D Experience World, and the last one we talked to at 3D Experience World was Seed Terminator. It is an Australian company. The founder is based on Kangaroo Island, and his I will not speak more than rephrase what he said. His claim was the reason why he chose 3D Experience Works portfolio was because of one, scalability, two, collaboration, and third, he said it killed the tyranny of distance. And by that, what he meant was he is able to hire people based on their talent anywhere in the world without them needing to be in the same exact place where he is. And that was a pretty powerful statement in my view.
The tyranny of distance. That sounds good. Thank you very much, Manish, for joining us here. Manish Kumar is the Vice President of R&D at SolidWorks. There's more to come here on Industry Insider with Dassault Systems. We'll be right back.
The philosophy behind accelerator formula racing is that we believe it's not about going faster, it's about getting smarter. Accelerator formula racing started way back in 2006, where 6 enthusiastic students came up with an idea of developing a formula style racing vehicle, and they thought what better place to learn it from than the Formula 2 competition. Formula 2 in Germany, which is considered to be the world championship of all the Formula 2 competitions, is itself very demanding. First of all, there are various brainstorming sessions to decide on what are the different aspects that they are going to be working on this year. After the brainstorming session, they came to the designing part. For designing and manufacturing a racing vehicle, it is really important that you have a 3D visualization software like SolidWorks. You don't need to go to various different softwares. If you are using SolidWorks, it provides the perfect ecosystem for doing everything at a single place. After that, you finally manufacture your whole system, assemble your whole car, and take it to the testing grounds so that vehicle performance can be enhanced. We spend various sleepless nights on the car. We devote around 30,000 man-hours to take it to the required level of reliability which is demanded on the German tracks. Few months before our testing, we experienced some problem with the motors. We experienced a problem with the accumulator cells. Few of our accumulator cells were overheated and were permanently damaged. They could not be used. There were days when we thought it would be much easier if we just gave up. We remembered our motto, the track that has to be won. In all those moments of crisis, our team, which is like a second family to us all, remembered all the sacrifices that we have made together. We supported each other, we dusted ourselves, and rose back again. When I took our last lap and slammed on the brakes, suddenly all 4 wheels locked. And I could see the thumbs up raising from the field marshal present there.
The COVID-19 situation we lived through last year highlighted the need for better digital know-how for many of us. And with the trend expected to gain pace as we move forward, how do you manage your workforce? Well, let's bring in Marie Planchard now, the Senior Director for Early Engagement at Dassault Systèmes. Marie is an education and engineering advocate responsible for 3D Experience Works' global education development across all levels of learning. Thanks for joining us, Marie. Well, the demand for more technological and digital skills will only continue to grow, right? So how will demand for workforce skills change with automation?
The workforce must never stop growing. Students can learn and work anywhere from any device, traditionally in a classroom, but more importantly now, outside of the classroom. They need to build relevant skills every day, and those soft skills are becoming more important. The ability to collaborate, to work as a team, to communicate, to solve problems, and most importantly, to adapt and be flexible. The workforce needs relevant certifications with today's technology and to prepare for tomorrow's technology for problems we don't even know exist yet.
Marie, are there any specific industry sectors which will see more of a demand for these skills?
The industry sectors such as robotics, electrical vehicles, as it relates to sustainable cities, artificial intelligence, as it relates to changes in life science, are going to see more human interaction. Data is going to lead to information that our clients can gather and find out more about that human interaction, which is necessary for our society to be part of a sustainable world.
So Marie, how can businesses then, from startups to incubators and so on, adapt to this?
It is vital for Dassault Systèmes to support our clients as they transition into new technologies. And it is just as important for us to support startups with new innovation and new ideas. And that's why I am so excited that we have the 3D Experience SOLIDWORKS for Startups program. And at no cost to qualified startup businesses, we provide them our tools. And not only the support of software tools, we give them our platform so that they're able to communicate. And we provide a community of support for these startups. They can ask questions and even become part of our 3D Experience Accelerator.
Could you name some of the companies that Dassault Systèmes is working with to build the next generation of workforce?
One of our most exciting partnerships is with the Fab Foundation and MIT Center for Bits and Atoms. We are making in our own 3D Experience Fab Lab, not only in Boston, but in Paris, in Pune, this ability to be able to create and manufacture and learn about digital manufacturing in a research environment, from digital smart fabrics to products that have newer technologies. And our software is all part of that interaction. But perhaps the most important partnership we have is the one that involves schools. Our products are in over 40,000 schools. And when you think about middle school, high school, community college, technical institutions, universities, research, it is that partnership where students are learning that are going to be part of this new workforce that becomes part of our strength. One of the most important factors, though, happened last week at 3D Experience World. We are always trying to make our tools more accessible. And we realize that students and makers may not have access to these tools. So later this year, we are going to introduce 3D Experience SOLIDWORKS for students and 3D Experience SOLIDWORKS for makers. We want to democratize access for all and make these tools available for everyone to be creative and innovative.
So, Marie, how are these programs then helping to equip the workforce of the future?
Well, we start very early with SOLIDWORKS apps for kids. At age 4, learning is fun. We introduce concepts of STEM or STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So whether you're taking a CAD class in middle school or an engineering analysis class in graduate school, we are there throughout your growth. And we are providing industry-level certification with the learning content to get the job of your dreams. In addition, it is with the SOLIDWORKS community. We have had hundreds of virtual meetups to connect our clients together. And with the 3D Experience platform, we can engage with you digitally to help you from early age all the way through your career, making a connection, celebrating your success, providing that human experience, which continues to be interactive. That is what is going to push the workforce of the future to solve problems of tomorrow.
Well, I wish I had that when I was 4 years old. Thank you very much, Marie, for joining us here. Marie Planchard is the Senior Director for Early Engagement at Dassault Systems, joining us from Boston. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Join us again next month on Industry Insider with Dassault Systems. We will take a closer look at the logistics sector and how data is key for smooth operations and delighting customers. I'm Timothy Go. Thanks for watching.